Good afternoon, I'm George Didcote, reporting for Parklife Sport. Here today to talk a bit about Cheltenham Town's latest signing. This morning they announced the signing of Ben Tozer. I'm joined now by Ryan, who is chief reporter for Newport, Tozer's previous club. So just here to get his thoughts on the signing and what it's going to mean for Cheltenham and for Newport. So Ryan, what do you think Tozer is going to bring to this Cheltenham squad?
Well, I think he brings a no-fear approach in the sense that we obviously had Spurs in the FA Cup, and he treated that game exactly the same as he would have with the sides that went down, Barnet and Chesterfield. You know, he just doesn't care who he's playing. He's there to make a name for himself, and he, as much as he wants to be the best player, he's a team player in the sense that as long as the team wins, he's happy. But at the same time, he doesn't care who he's playing. He can play against anyone. If they cost the team 50 quid, if they cost him 50 million quid, he doesn't care. He just gets about it his own way, and that has suited us for the last 2 seasons, and we've been very successful since he's come into the football club.
Okay, so obviously he's got that experience. Would you say with that has come some like leadership qualities? Is he a leader or?
He's a born leader. He's a born captain for a football team. Unfortunately, with County this season, our captain has been out since just after Christmas. He did his cruciate ligaments in, was out for 9 months. Our vice captain has got various problems with his thigh and his groin, and different things have affected him this season. So Tozer has stepped in and been our captain on quite a few occasions, and he's led the team. We have a really good win percentage. I was looking at that a little bit after he left. He performs in a winning team. The big defeats last season came when he wasn't playing, and he's one of those players you don't notice he's playing when he's playing, but you really notice it when he's not playing, because you sort of say to yourself, I really wish Tozer was playing today, but he's not our player anymore, and he's moved to another team in League Two, which is a shame, really. Yeah,
so what obviously he's predominantly a midfielder, isn't he? Central midfield.
Yeah.
What sort of midfielder is he?
If you want to compare him to a Premier League player, I'd probably say Eric Dyer.
Right, so he's like that defensive-minded.
Somebody like him. Yeah. He's very defensive. He's your protector of the back four, maybe Matic.
Okay.
As well, he does a similar role to Matic at Manchester United. He's that extra protection. County play with a back five, but they allow the 2 fullbacks to really progress themselves, which means that he sort of covers in, and we have almost like a four centre backs. He can play centre backs. We have a 4 centre back line when we attack, but obviously. He's also good going forward in the sense that he's got one of the longest throws in League Two. Yeah. We scored 11 goals off that last season, so that's going to be a threat for Cheltenham, especially as their pitch is quite narrow. If you compare it to League Two grounds in general, it's quite narrow, so his throw easily reaches the 6-yard box, and it could challenge various keepers in League Two.
I know you personally wanted him to stay. Do you think other Newport fans will feel the same? Do you think they'll be sad to see him go?
I think we've always gone with the line that as long as they progress themselves, we're happy for them. Lee Evans, who's now at Sheffield United, went to Wigan. We were all really pleased to see him go because they were in the Championship at the time. Regan Poole went to one of the biggest clubs in the world, Manchester United, hasn't played for them, but we all let him go and we said, best of luck in your future career. I think we're disappointed as fans in the sense that he's gone to another League Two club. Right. He's too good for League Two. Okay. And it happens to be a club that's quite close to us. Wouldn't consider it as a rivalry as such. But having said that, they are a team that we look at and think we could be finishing in a similar position to you next season. So, and I think you've only got to look at how the fans have reacted on social media to know that we are absolutely gutted he's left. We offered him a new deal, and we were quietly confident he'd sign, but he's obviously made the choice, and we'll all understand that because he's going back closer to his family and things like that. He's had a bit of problems in the last 12 months, so to go back to his family, we're fine with that.
Yeah, and obviously Harry Powell left Cheltenham for Colchester. Cheltenham fans obviously know the what that's going to bring us, like an empty spot in the dressing room. Do you think Tozer's a good player to sort of be his replacement?
Well, if you're Cheltenham Town, you're a League Two club and you're signing players that are too good for League Two, I think you've done really, really well in the market. They would have obviously got a fee for Pell. I don't know how much it was, might have been quite small because he only had a year left on his contract, but they would have got some money for that. Tozer's come in for free.
Yeah.
I think he could have challenged himself in League One, maybe even the Championship. Maybe, we've obviously discussed that he's going back to his family. Maybe Cheltenham were the perfect fit in that sense for his family. Maybe there's no clubs around in League One and the Championship that would have suited him any better. But he's the perfect replacement for a side that in League Two next season have got to do better. They were mid-table, and you knew they were going to be mid-table for the whole season, really. And the results showed that. Obviously, Pell is going to be difficult to stand alone replace. You can't bring one player in for another, I don't think. But if you'd have told me that Pell was leaving and they'd bring in Ben Tozer as the replacement, I would have said they'd have had a very good deal, especially as money's come in and no money's gone out in that sense either. So for Cheltenham, this is the perfect move if there ever was one.
And just finally, obviously Cheltenham fans that maybe haven't seen much of Tozer playing, looking forward to him. Personally, for you, what was your favourite thing about him? As a player that, what the Cheltenham fans can really look forward to having next season.
Well, if he gets Spurs in the FA Cup, he's quite renowned at Cruyff turning Kane. He did that twice. Did a Cruyff turn against Kane on the edge of our box. But the one thing that Cheltenham fans will know within 10 minutes, within an hour of him playing at home or away, whoever they get on the first game of the season, is that long throw. We've spoken about it a bit, but it is so crucial, especially in a league like League Two, where you need different weapons. Any team in League Two can beat any other team. But Ben Tozer's got something that not many players in League Two have got. We saw it with Stoke in the Premiership, and that challenged defences such as Arsenal, such as Chelsea. They all conceded goals from long throws. So why can't your Exeters, your Lincolns, Stevenages, whoever is in League Two next season, they're all going to struggle with that long throw. And as much as they got a lot of goals from Isa last season, but really through the team didn't get many. Will Boyle's quite good in the air. So a Tozer throw to a Will Boyle header, I could see that happening quite a few times next season. Hopefully it doesn't happen against County.
I hope it does, obviously. Cheers for that, Ryan. So just to sum up, tall midfielder, looks to be quite a strong addition to Gary Johnson's squad. As Ryan said, he could be competing at League One level, but this move to Cheltenham seems to have suited him. That long throw going to be important, but I think in a midfield next to Nigel Atangana could be really strong, especially with the weak defence that Cheltenham have had at times next season. Gary Johnson obviously looking to boost his squad much more, so I'm sure there'll be lots more signings as the summer continues. You can get all the updates on those signings at our website, Parklife Sport. You can also let us know what you think of Cheltenham's signing of Ben Tozer on Twitter at Parklife_sport. And that's it from both of us. So cheers again, Ryan, and thank you.
Goodbye.